Brought to you from the SinCal studios. Bueller, Dodge, and Dennis ready to break you off some MMA news and, of course, recap the fights that happened last week and preview the fights that are happening this weekend on Fight Pass only? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In Singapore.
Just
right?
on the Fight Pass.
Just on the Fight Pass.
Fight Pass.
But looking forward to it. It's going to be a good one. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us every week. Dodge will not be here next week. Just a heads up, if you tune in for his bright and shiny smile, you won't see it. He's going to Volcano Mountain.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's gonna die.
Walk the lava fields.
They're actually setting up they want to set up an observatory for the lava fields out
Makes
there
sense.
in Hawaii.
See, this volcano's been erupting since 1983.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tourist attraction. You can go there and watch the lava fields pour into the ocean.
Are the tourists truly attracted?
It's just gotten bigger.
Are they attractive is the question.
It's just gotten bigger.
Oh!
No, I mean, I would like to go see lava.
Yeah.
I also want to go see the Grand Canyon. Who doesn't want to go see a giant gaping hole?
Speaking of which, Stormy Daniels will be playing Palo Alto El Camino Real.
In other news, if you're not in California, by the way, it's fucking hot. It's like 103 degrees outside. It's ridiculous.
Again, us snakes in the city, we love it.
Man, I don't even know.
yeah.
I'm in my house like 24/7 now, and I walk outside. I was like, "What the fuck is this, hell?"
I was basking in it. I was rolling on the asphalt. I got some third-degree burns. You know.
So I guess
Start rolling with some other people, just twisting up and that shit.
just getting all sweaty, just a big sweaty mess. That's all it is. It's lovely. It's a good
Get in
time.
the snake pit.
Jumping into the news now from MMA Junkie, we have,
Josh Barnett has been released from the UFC.
and it was his request.
But it was his request. Yeah, he says that
Fuck you, USADA.
dealing with USADA, he says, it is true that I've had asked for my release when we were discussing the terms. Now, Zuffa has been fantastic and above board since I re-signed with the company in 2013. Every promise has been made has been kept. I have no disparaging words for them, but after everything I went through with USADA and my vindication in that case, I do not feel comfortable giving them the control necessary to continue my career in the UFC. A lot of people are clamoring for Bellator.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't he go to Bellator? But then again, people want him back in Japan too.
That's very true.
I mean, that guy, he is a huge draw in Japan.
Yeah.
It would probably benefit his pockets more, but I would love to see him in another heavyweight Grand Prix over there at Bellator.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if he is it still too late to be an alternate in heavyweight Grand Prix.
Probably not.
I mean, it's Scott Coker. You pretty much do whatever you want, right?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can do it.
Even if, here's the thing though, here's the question. Let's say they do a heavyweight Grand Prix.
Come and knock on our door.
Let's do the heavyweight Grand Prix again next year.
Yeah.
Is Barnett getting too old for it?
Is that
Fedor's
Scott?
doing it?
Is that Scott Coker as Mr. Furley?
We also have some Bellator news. Speaking of Scott Coker, and that is that Lyoto Machida has signed with Bellator as of today.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. As of today, he had his final.
You're
fight.
seeing me. This is shocked. Didn't know this news until like right now.
40-year-old karate stylist will be heading toward Bellator. We
What
do not
happened?
know what fight his last fight on his contract.
Oh, his
the one
contract
against-
was up?
Was
Yeah.
Bellator or was Vitor, and
And that was Vitor's retirement match, right?
his retirement match.
But it wasn't Machida's retirement
wasn't
match.
Machida's retirement, just
All right.
Machida was last thing, and so he, yeah.
There you go.
Pallet of corn nuts and a 12-pack of Coors, I heard.
That's a Saturday.
They're saying that he's going to be, that he could be facing the winner of Rory McDonald versus Gegard Mousasi if and when that fight happens.
Wow, that's weird, man.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, we were
really
talking
weird to think
before the
about.
fight. Maybe he'll fight Vanderlei or Rampage.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen. Bellator.
2018 MMA. It's just to shuffle the deck and match them up, man.
Yeah, nobody knows what's going on. Oh, I accidentally closed the story. Another story that we do have is that IMG, which is also owns the UFC, will be starting a movie treatment for Rorion Gracie. Basically talking about his career, talking about the start of the UFC, talking about moving Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu forward and becoming the UFC. Rorion was actually the first choice to fight in the UFC until they pulled back, and then they instead said,
Oh, I thought it was
Hoist.
Hickson, and they were like, "No, he's too rough looking. We need Hoist."
It was Rorion.
I didn't know it was Rorion.
Rorion
Okay.
works behind the scenes a lot. That's why he got put behind the scenes. He was the one who awarded the belt and
Yeah.
did that kind of thing. So, they pulled it all back, and now apparently we're going to have a movie called Gracie. So, I don't know. I'm still waiting for the Mask movie to come out. I'm still waiting for the Evan Tanner
Say goodnight,
movie.
Gracie.
Evan Tanner movie to come out.
I thought they already did this, and it was called Red Belt. But what do I know?
And then what else do we got going on? We have Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender series. Oh, first we have Wonderboyd. Sorry, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
Wonderboy Thompson.
Man, you're focused on vacation. You're
I know.
packing. You got all kinds of shit you got to deal with.
Wonderboy Thompson
Flying into
is
lava
saying
and floods.
He wants to
Lava bergs.
He wants to
Lava bergs.
He wants to
Lava
ban
bergs on top of everything.
sidekicks to the knee because of his MCL tear after his fighting with Darren Till.
No.
So the side, the
No.
one that kind of the oblique kick that.
You can't say this shit hurt me. It can't happen.
No,
anymore.
you can't. So I hate this story so much, and it makes me hate Stephen Thompson for even bringing it up.
Yeah?
To be honest with you, yeah.
Well, I mean, you like I said, you saw the. I'm talking more of the oblique kick from like John Jones, the direct to the kneecap.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that should be banned?
No,
No.
it's just, what is it? The thrust kick? No,
Yeah, or the side, like I said, direct side kick into the
no,
knee.
not at all.
If you hate it,
Defend it.
Defend it.
there you go.
check a motherfucking kick. like we
Check kick, I'll too.
like we agree with the like no elbows to the spinal column.
Right,
You
right.
know, and we talk about.
Unless your opponent moved quickly.
He's saying that
You still want to kill people in the octagon.
he's
so-
saying that Robert Whitaker had to have the same ACL surgery after Rorion Romero was doing the same strikes. That this is a dangerous strike in MMA.
No, defend it. Check
Defend it.
Check a kick.
All right, now moving on to Dana White.
Quit skipping leg day.
Tuesday night fights. We have 4 fighters. First time ever, 4 fighters were awarded contracts.
Oh, so this is what happened this week.
This is happening this week. Yeah, Matt Sayers defeated Yazan Hajan. Anthony Hernandez over Jordan Wrights. Austin Springer
violently.
Is that all we have?
over Giga Days. Ryan Spann over Emiliano Sordi and Dwight Grant over Tyler Hill. Matt Sayers, Anthony Hernandez, Ryan Spann, and Dwight Grant all got contracts. First time ever that they've ever had 4 people get contracts.
Wow.
We do know going on next week, local fighter Angel De Ananda
Deanda.
Oh, is he going back again?
will be going back again. He got the call on
Nice.
1 week notice,
Yes.
fighting at heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, 1 week notice. In fact, he's
So
flying
he's got to
out
put on
pretty
40
quick.
something pounds in a week.
Yeah.
Kill him. Kill
Getting
him.
a second chance. Good luck to you, Angel.
Angel
Yeah,
Deanna
good luck.
going
Is
back.
Is he allowed to have like another person on him?
Is he,
Master Blaster style?
Is he going to teleport back 5 years?
Remember when he was 2 people?
I know, right? Can he go? Cause he'll go get his other half and fucking.
Yeah. How long
merge.
ago was he a heavyweight?
He's never actually fought in
But he
true
was.
heavyweight.
But he was a heavyweight.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Was
yeah.
that 5 years or more?
Oh yeah,
More.
More.
Was it more?
More.
Okay.
7 or 8 years ago.
7 or 8
Yeah,
years
he
ago.
used to walk around like 315. No joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's super heavyweight.
Yeah, big guy.
Yeah.
When was he exactly 265? I want the month and the year.
Well, remember when he first came to us when we're still doing it out of my pad?
Yeah.
He had just dropped to 205.
That's right.
Remember?
That's
Yeah.
right.
And then he's like, and then they're telling me I got to get to 185. He's like, I can't even think straight right now.
And now he's 115 pounds. Good luck, Angel.
At the video, he looks like he is trying to put on some weight, but
Yeah. PFL had another event.
Last night I got emails like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I finally asked them to unsubscribe me.
It'd be cool. Look,
I just got tired. Look, I'm watching the fights. Like, you got me. I'm watching the fights. I don't need an email when the fight's over, when I just saw what the fuck happened, that the fight's over.
so whoever's in your media, your marketing department, if you want to send out like a recap email at the end of it,
Perfect.
That would make more sense. Please don't email me after every fucking fight.
Not only that, but like these are recaps that I've gotten from the UFC when I'm at the event because they know you're at the event. I'm not at the event. I can watch it. I can
Right.
read the recap. I
Right.
don't need an email every fight. It's getting ridiculous.
Should have never got rid of Sean, assholes.
it doesn't matter. Next week, you guys will be complaining they didn't give you enough information.
I will say the
You
product,
guys are worse than bears and fucking porridge. I'm just saying.
I will say that the product looked a lot cleaner.
No, the Bears had
Then the
their own
first week.
specifics. It was Goldilocks that was a shithead about it.
Why do you gotta fucking examine that shit? Just let it go. Just let it go.
I will say the
Why you
product
gotta
did look a
fuck
lot
with this honey?
cleaner, in my opinion, on
Okay.
screen. We have some interesting things, though, that happened during this. Starting off with, we had Robert Whiteley fought... Who did he fight? He fought
I don't know.
Thiago Tavares. And he won second round TKO. The reason why he won a second round TKO is because he low blowed him. Tavares could not continue.
That's not how that's supposed to work.
So
My nuts are in my gut. I can't compete.
So the commission and the ref decided to, or excuse me, the commission decided to say that Tavares could not continue, and it was a first round stoppage. So he got 5 points for winning, even though his opponent got kneed in the groin and couldn't continue. So
If
he's
the
got a
nuts get-
glitch in the system here.
If the nuts get split, you gotta quit.
So nobody knows.
Chewbacca lives on Endor.
Yeah.
So
he
did the ref? Okay, here's the question because I didn't watch it. Did the ref split them up because of the low blow?
Yeah, so they had an accidental low blow. There was supposed to be a 5-minute recuperation. Again, this is second round, not first round.
The fuck is a recuperation?
So technically, he got a winner by
It's
TKO
when you
in the
get
second
40
round.
acres
They
of the
came
mule.
back and said that Tavares was unable to
No,
continue.
that's copulation.
And they deemed it a second round TKO victory for Watley, so he gets 5 points. I don't understand how that happens. Everybody's kind of confused about the ruling. It should have been a no contest.
I don't get that.
Possibly a DQ, but instead, now you got Tavares is knocked out of the tournament. Watley gets not only the win, but an extra point, or 2 extra points for finishing the
Wait, so
fight
he's
in
out of the
second round.
tournament?
He's done. He lost.
I thought this was a full season, so you still got to fight.
No, but like we said, with this, the way that these point systems are working,
If you lose too many points, you don't get to fight
Yeah.
again. You're done.
Well, shit.
You have to remain in this, like there's a bracket you have to stay in.
I could understand if like the low blow happened, the ref didn't see it, he went back to his corner, could not continue. I could understand that.
yeah,
being a
see the
TKO.
bracket you have to stay in? Here's playoff cutoff.
Okay.
You have to stay within the bracket
Okay,
to,
see,
to
I
keep
have not
points.
seen that. That's
but
the
see,
first
that's
time.
what I'm wanting to know. I'm wondering if you're gonna have a makeup month where it's like everybody who's down's point gets to fight somebody.
They fight each other.
Yeah, I guess.
Just doesn't even matter what weight class. Just
Also,
the same cage.
Also during the same broadcast, we had Sean O'Connell, who defeated Honey Marks. He then got to sit and do commentary with the rest of the team. He came out and said flat out that he is making more money in PFL than he is in the UFC.
Currently.
He says their introductory rate for fighting is better than what I was making in the UFC. They treat me better. And I want to fight the best guys in the division. Well, I'm sorry, you're not going to fight the best guys in the division because they're in the UFC.
Yeah.
I mean, just flat out. I mean, there are a lot of great guys in PFL. There's a lot of great guys in Bellator, but for the most part,
That's the major leagues.
That's
we,
the major leagues.
We always say that.
And I also think it's a little early to
Wait,
be
wait,
saying
whoa,
I'm being taken care of. What?
I just watched some fucking wrestler get beat up by a photographer. Talk to me again about this major league shit.
Major league money. Oh wait, only 125,000 buys.
They're disputing that saying it was actually 250.
250.
It's still
250.
shitty. It's
Yeah.
still terrible.
But still not as low as they were.
Over
earlier.
1.8 million illegal streams.
No, really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what they're claiming.
That's just a number I could throw out.
Sean O'Connell,
I watched it legally.
do you feel that Sean O'Connell is jumping a little too far or ahead, saying that, hey, I'm getting paid more right now, introductory, than I was getting paid in the
It's his new
UFC?
job. He's got to fucking.
First of all, who the fuck's Sean O'Connell? I'm sorry.
Okay, Zanella's saying it's the top 8 out of 12 get to go to the tournament.
There you go. Well,
Yeah, that's what we
Thiago
saw.
Tavares is
Yeah.
not going to be in that top 8.
Not if you got kicked in the nuts. No, I don't think that he's jumping ahead of himself here because we already
But wait,
know
there's more.
the money that was behind the PFL going into this. We knew that was a huge factor. The problem is they're giving you guys like Sean O'Connell so much money, they're not spending any of it on advertising, and that's why they weren't even in the top 160 shows watched last week.
Well, like when I brought this up, I brought this up to like Eric at My MMA News. I was like, yeah, I remember when Affliction used to throw around a ton of money. Where are those guys at now?
Yeah.
I remember when the IFL gave a bunch of money and a steady paycheck to their fighters. Where are they at now? Like, you give them a little bit of time to get this all worked out, and then you could tell me it was the right decision.
Affliction was still part of the Showtime deal, though, too, right? When it got sold, Affliction got paid out too.
I don't think so.
So
Maybe I thought that was Strike Force.
without saying it was the right decision, like I think that's two different points. Like we can wait to see if it was the
Without
right
saying
decision,
that I agree.
but he can absolutely say
I'm getting treated better.
getting treated better because that seems like what they're trying to do. They're trying to lure fighters, and if the gamble doesn't pay off and they don't lure the right kind of fighters, they're not going to be a successful company.
Makes sense.
You know?
Makes sense. Also on this card, we had another strange stoppage here. Efren Escondero defeated Jason
Effie.
High with a guillotine choke. However, the controversy was
Overeem saw him tap.
well, the controversy was is that when he was in the
Reeves
guillotine,
saw him tap.
Jason High went to post up to try to change position and try to get himself out of the guillotine. The ref stepped in and said that he thought he tapped. Immediately he started protesting. Efren says later in the post fight, "Oh no, I felt him tap." You guys couldn't really see it, but I felt him tap.
You're right.
He got really upset. He was kicking around chairs as he was leaving. He pushed the ref out of the way. He just left the cage, didn't even wait for the decision to be read. He basically got cost $1 million. There's out of the angles that I saw on TV and the angles that I saw online, I didn't see a tap. But again, we're missing a couple angles where you could clearly see his left hand. So very, very strange situation. Not only that, not only is Jason High no longer in the tournament because he gets a 0, but Efren can't even move on because he was overweight, so he gets 0.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So
See, and again, when we were sitting here talking about, one, if this was even going to happen, two, if it does happen with this point system that they were saying, and the way that the fights were already scheduled, we could see the writing on the wall is, A, you get injured at any point, you're fucked.
Yep.
You lose a large amount if you don't score, basically, in any of your fights, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got guys, you know.
But they set it up as some sort of, the way I understood it was some type of double elimination, and this doesn't.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was going to be more like a NASCAR season where the points that you amassed put you in your position at the end of the season where if you're going to be in the finals, and that's how it was.
I think it will be eventually, but also you have to keep something. You have to. I mean, they're going to be knocking guys out. They don't even get to compete in the finals.
But it's crazy to me that they're doing it so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, well, you also got
Exactly. If we would have started this in January, I could see how this would all play
this
out.
tournament
But we're
is
starting.
creating.
We started last week, right?
Yeah, last week.
We started last week, and we're going to try to get this set up by. I mean, the field has to be set by the beginning of December to have the fight
Probably-
December
probably by
31st,
November.
right?
Probably by November.
Yeah,
No,
it has
but I
to be
mean
before then. Yeah,
but
yeah.
they were talking about a New Year's Eve show.
That's they're supposed to be their big final. I mean, they're already having issues with the tournament as is because of medical suspensions. All of the heavyweights that fought
yeah, this is
last
the good one, too.
week are suspended for 60 days for medical suspension. Not a big deal, right? This happens all the time. Except they're trying to schedule them to fight in 40 days.
Yeah.
So now every single fighter has to get a waiver from the doctor to be able to fight on the next card.
Yeah, this is one of
It's
those
just-
things that look good on
this is
paper.
Why, I mean, Bellator's are, you know, as much as we bitch and complain about Bellator's tournament being so spread out, it's
for a
because
reason.
of reasons like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even with it spread out, we lost one of the
Yep.
fights.
Yep.
And this is something that we talked about when we even began talking about the PFL, when we were back at your house doing this podcast. Like, there's a lot of issues where it sounds good to say it out loud and it looks good on paper, but in practice, as long as we've all been watching this sport, we know. I mean, I think injuries is one of the things that we brought up at the beginning of this.
How's this going to work with injuries? One
Yeah,
of the,
injuries and making weight.
the other big wins that happened here.
Plagues this
Kayla Harrison,
frickin'
the
thing.
first ever woman to score 2 gold medals. First ever woman to score a gold medal, but not only one, but she took 2 gold medals in the Olympics in judo. Made her MMA debut.
I thought it was for the luge.
She did this at lightweight, and she beat Brittany Elkin via armbar in the first round.
All right. Good for her.
I'm very interested to see how she plays out in the PFL, especially with the
beast.
level of talent that's in PFL. She's fighting at lightweight. That's much bigger than any other weight class that we currently are being. I guess are currently watching. I mean, UFC is featherweight, which is below lightweight. That's 145. This girl's fighting at 155.
That's crazy.
And
that means
only
Gina Carano can come back.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
bring up-
I mean, now we do see this in Dream and in Jules and other. Invicta.
You should
Does
take and
Invicta
fight
have
with
a,
their baby on her back.
Does Invicta
Yes.
have a lightweight?
Huh?
Does Invicta have a lightweight?
I don't think so.
Division? Do we
No.
know? So I mean, there are other weight classes that are out there.
What
I
is
just
that?
Find
That's
it-
155?
155. I just find
Yeah.
it very strange that this
You
is
bring
like
up
a one-off.
judo. And I don't think you have the story up there, but I guess Cyborg just officially started training judo this week as well.
Oh, all right.
She's going to add that to her toolbox. We'll see how it plays out in the future.
Well, seeing that she could go into judo heavy, what do you think she'll fight at? Because they have a lightweight and
No, I think she's
Well,
just
this
training.
lightweight, this girl Kayla Harrison. When I looked up her judo record in the Olympics, it said she fought at half heavyweight. I don't even know what that is. What's half heavyweight?
I don't know. 155?
265, 135,
I don't know.
130.
Doesn't make any sense.
260, 132.5. That makes 265.
We're bringing in the decimal
yeah.
points now.
There you go.
Don't know.
It's the microweight classes.
Also going down this Saturday, which I think is going down on Fight Pass, and someone said it's like at 1 in the morning.
No, I use the abacus.
Oh, man.
This is UFC Fight Night Singapore, which is AKA UFC
you
Fight Night.
can't call it fight night when it's happening at 4 in the morning.
132 UFC Fight Night, Cowboys versus
UFC
Edwards.
Fight Morning.
Whole thing is on Fight Pass.
UFC Fight Morning.
If you want to start on the main card there.
No, I can't see that.
Lee Jingaling going
Not
up against
starting
Daichi
on
Abe. Jessica Rose Clark going up against Jessica I. OSP going up against Tyson Pedro. And Donald Cerrone going up against Leon
This is actually a pretty good Fight Pass card.
Edwards.
For the main card. The main
Yeah,
card
for the
is-
main
is
card.
pretty
I just
decent.
don't know how you're going to watch this at 1 in the morning.
Can you watch it later on Fight Pass?
Well, yeah, you have Fight Pass. You can watch it.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They do that whole thing. You can't
Do they
go
delay
back.
it?
Do they?
Last time I tried to go watch something that had already happened, it wouldn't load right.
Really?
I could watch live what was happening because I'm trying to remember which one. But again, it could be my Apple TV that the problem's on.
But that's all we got today.
know.
Short week, guys.
Short week. I don't have TV anymore.
Is that it?
Yeah, like 15 minutes.
When I want to get my MMA fix, I have to
haven't-
watch my
we haven't
daughter's
even-
pet rats fight in the cage.
Any more shirt stories or?
Well, there was this one time, me and Pepperidge Farms.
I got purple or pink socks. Tell you that story again.
Oh, no.
No.
No. Yeah, so I guess that's it. That was a fucking fast podcast.
Yeah,
It
15
took
minutes,
me
man.
longer to drive over here.
It did.
Not a lot going on. Like I said, you can check out more Tuesday night fights going down on Tuesday, obviously, on Fight Pass. That's Dana White's Contender Series. PFL is going to be on Thursday again.
Yeah. Every Thursday till they get canceled or finish the season.
I think
We'll
the
see what
last
happens first.
the next one's on the 5th, so maybe it's not next Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the odds they finish the season? What do you think?
We already had this bet. I thought I said they would go 2 years, right? You said no years. You said 5 years.
Yeah.
And here we are. We're at 2 events.
What did,
We'll see
did
how
I
this
say
one
1
plays
year? I
out.
said 1 to 2 years. I think you said 0
I said
years.
0 years.
Yeah.
You already lost.
You already lost.
No, because they just officially started.
Doesn't matter.
But they've had an event.
They had
They haven't
two-
completed a year.
They had 2 events.
That's not a year. That's 2 weeks.
Okay, I'll give
That's not a
that.
year.
Under
That's under a year.
So we're still in 0.
That's still this
zero.
is year 0.
0 0.
This is year 0.
Pick up a shirt.
Pick up a shirt. We got the Pride Style Split Decision shirt. Pick them up at shirtsingle.com/SDMMA. You can also get the classic that Dennis is kind of wearing here a little bit. It's baseball style, but we got the classic up there. And of course, the Fight Night and Chill shirt. Check that one out as well. Big thanks to our sponsors, Dependable Solutions. Innovate your business. If you want to take credit cards and don't currently take credit cards, you can sign up and they can get you a great deal. If you do take credit cards and want a huge discount, they can get you up to 60% off. And of course, Strongboard Balance. Get on board. Change the way you work out. Strongboardbalance.com.
Rest in peace, Vader.
What happened to Vader?
Big Man Vader. He died.
He died.
Oh,
the
man.
wrestler.
The weekend.
I didn't know which Vader we were talking about.
Yeah,
It's a lot
Big
of
Man
Vaders.
Vader.
So
He wore
strongboardbalance.com.
MMA gloves when he wrestled. I didn't realize that until like way later.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so check them out as well. And you can find us online, Twitter and Instagram, SD_MMA. On Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast. And of course, anywhere podcasts are broadcast, and our website, splitdecisionmma.com. Till next time, have a good night. We'll see you at the fights, except for this guy. He's not going to be here next week.
Do do.